Are you going to wake up tomorrow morning and finally see that long-awaited Social Security deposit in your account? Or are you still left wondering if something has gone wrong again? I want you to hear this update calmly, clearly, and directly. Late tonight, an important confirmation came in that many seniors have been anxiously waiting for. According to official information from the Social Security Administration and the US Treasury, a new batch of Social Security payments has been approved and scheduled for release overnight. That means some retirees, people with disabilities, and SSI recipients may see their money arrive by early morning. This is not speculation. This is not a rumor from social media, and this is not one of those exaggerated headlines designed to cause panic or false hope. This update is based on verified Treasury payment files, confirmed processing schedules, and the official Social Security payment calendar. My goal is to explain what is happening, who this affects, and what you should do next in a way that feels steady, respectful, and easy to understand. If you have been checking your bank account again and again today, wondering why nothing has shown up yet, you are not alone. For many seniors, these payments are not extra money. They are rent. They are groceries. They are medications, and when a deposit is late, even by a day or two, the stress can feel overwhelming. That is why tonight's confirmation matters. Here is what we know so far. A new Social Security payment batch was processed late this evening and sent through the Treasury's overnight system. These payments are scheduled to move through the Federal Reserve clearing process while most of the country is asleep. For many banks, that means deposits begin posting sometime between the very early morning hours and shortly after sunrise. If your payment was expected earlier this week but did not arrive, this batch may include you. I want to pause here for a moment and say something important. Waiting for Social Security money can feel exhausting. I hear from retirees, widows, veterans, and disabled individuals every single week who tell me the same thing. Prices keep rising. Bills do not wait. And when income is fixed, every delay feels personal. If that is how you are feeling tonight, please know that your concern is valid and you are not failing. You earned these benefits through years of work, service, and contribution. Now let us talk about who this payment batch is meant to cover. According to the latest Treasury release and Social Security Administration processing logs, this overnight deposit group includes several categories of recipients. First, it includes retirees and SSDI beneficiaries whose regular payment dates fall around the middle of the month and whose deposits were still pending earlier this week. In many cases, these are individuals whose birthdays fall between the 11th and the 20th of the month, which places them in a specific Social Security payment window. Second, this batch includes certain SSI recipients who experienced short delays earlier this week due to system maintenance and processing backlogs. Those issues have now been resolved, and the delayed payments were bundled into this overnight release. Third, some individuals who receive concurrent benefits, such as Social Security combined with veterans' benefits or state supplements, may also see activity with this batch, especially if their accounts showed pending status earlier today. What does this mean in plain terms? If you usually receive your Social Security, SSI, or SSDI payment around this time of the month and it has not shown up yet, there is a strong chance your deposit is included in this overnight processing. Many major banks are part of this cycle. Each bank has its own posting schedule. So some people may see funds appear very early, while others may see them later in the morning. Both situations are normal. Let me share a couple of real-world examples to help this feel more concrete. A 72-year-old retiree in Indiana had been checking her Direct Express account since Tuesday, with no luck. Late tonight, her account finally updated to show a scheduled deposit date for tomorrow. Another individual, a disabled veteran in Texas who receives both Social Security Administration and Veterans Affairs linked payments, noticed a pending deposit notification in his credit union account this evening for release by morning. These are exactly the types of accounts included in this batch. Now, Let us talk briefly about the scale of this release. The Treasury's payment file for this cycle includes several $billion in total Social Security-related payments, covering millions of individual deposits nationwide. This is not a small adjustment or a test run. This is a full confirmed payment release moving through the normal federal payment system. Behind the scenes, all of this happens through the automated clearinghouse network. The Treasury sends encrypted payment files to the Federal Reserve, which then routes them to financial institutions overnight. Most banks credit accounts as soon as those files clear, often before branches open or customer service lines are staffed. That is why many seniors wake up to find the money already there. Now, I want to address something that often causes confusion. The amount you see in your account may not always match exactly what you expect at first glance. Deductions for Medicare, Part B, voluntary tax withholding, or past adjustments can affect the final deposit amount. If you recently applied for a Medicare savings program, extra help, or a low-income subsidy, some states have already begun syncing those approvals with current payment cycles. That can result in reduced deductions or small adjustments showing up in your deposit. The best way to confirm your exact payment details is by checking your My Social Security account online. When you log in, look at your payment history section. It will show the date your payment was issued and the amount sent. If it shows as issued or pending, that means the money is already on its way through the system. Now, let us talk about expectations moving forward. This overnight batch is part of a broader effort by the Treasury and Social Security Administration to reduce delays and improve processing reliability. After the disruptions many people experienced last year, especially around holidays, system updates have been underway to prevent those same problems from happening again. Officials have indicated that these improvements are designed to reduce posting delays and return errors, which should lead to more consistent deposits over time. That said, it is still important to stay realistic. While this payment wave brings relief, many seniors are still under financial pressure. Groceries remain expensive. Utility bills are higher in many areas. And looking ahead, Medicare costs for the coming year are expected to rise modestly. Even when payments arrive on time, budgeting can still feel tight. That is why I want to gently remind you of a few practical steps that can help protect your income and reduce stress. First, always keep your direct deposit and contact information up to date with Social Security. Even small errors can cause unexpected delays. Second, review your Medicare coverage each year. Some plans offer Part B give-back benefits or lower out-of-pocket costs, but coverage varies, so it is important to compare carefully. Third, if your income is limited, look into programs like Extra Help or your state's Medicare Savings Program. These programs can reduce prescription costs and monthly premiums, sometimes significantly. Fourth, if taxes on your benefits are a concern, you can request voluntary withholding using Form W-4V. This helps prevent surprises later and gives you more control over your monthly take-home amount. And finally, if you ever feel overwhelmed or unsure where to turn, your local state health insurance assistance program offers free, unbiased guidance for seniors navigating Medicare and Social Security issues. Before we close, let me reassure you of this. If your payment is included in tonight's batch, it does not mean anything special or unusual about your benefits. It simply means your account is part of this processing cycle. And if your payment does not arrive tomorrow morning, that does not automatically mean there is a problem. Posting times vary, and some deposits continue to appear throughout the day. Looking ahead, additional payment batches are scheduled in the coming weeks, and holiday timing adjustments will be announced well in advance. Staying informed, calm, and prepared is the best way to protect your peace of mind. You have earned these benefits. You deserve clear information, not confusion. And as always, I will continue to bring you updates based on confirmed sources, explained in a way that respects your time and your trust. For now, take a deep breath, check your account in the morning, and know that help, information, and support are always within reach. The anxiety that comes with waiting for a Social Security payment is a heavy burden to carry. For countless individuals across the country, this is not merely a matter of convenience, but one of survival. Each month, these funds represent the foundation upon which their lives are built. When that foundation shakes, even slightly, the tremors are felt in every aspect of daily living. The fear of not being able to pay for essential medications, the dread of facing eviction, or the worry about putting food on the table are realities that many face when payments are delayed. This is why tonight's news is so critical. It is a beacon of hope for those who have been waiting, sometimes for days, with dwindling resources and rising anxiety. Understanding the process can sometimes alleviate the worry. The Social Security Administration operates on a strict payment schedule that is tied to birth dates and benefit types. For retirees and survivors, payments typically fall on one of 3 Wednesdays each month, depending on where your birthday lands. For those born between the 1st and the 10th, payments usually arrive on the 2nd Wednesday. For birthdays between the 11th and the 20th, payments come on the 3rd Wednesday. And for those born after the 20th, payments are scheduled for the 4th Wednesday. Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, payments generally go out on the 1st of each month. However, when the 1st falls on a weekend or holiday, payments are moved to the preceding business day. This structured calendar is designed to spread out the workload for the Treasury and ensure smooth processing, but even with the best plans, occasional delays can occur due to technical issues, holidays, or system updates. The overnight batch that is now being processed is specifically targeting those who fall into the mid-month payment window and who have not yet received their funds. This includes individuals with birthdays between the 11th and the 20th who were expecting payments earlier this week. It also includes SSI recipients who may have experienced a delay due to the system maintenance that occurred over the past few days. Additionally, for those who receive both Social Security and SSI, known as concurrent beneficiaries, this batch aims to synchronize those payments to reduce confusion and ensure both amounts arrive closely together. To grasp the magnitude of this operation, consider the sheer volume of transactions. Every month, the Social Security Administration disburses benefits to over 65 million Americans. That is 65 million individual lives depending on these payments. The Treasury Department handles the actual transfer of funds, working through the Federal Reserve's automated clearinghouse system. This network processes billions of dollars in transactions nightly, moving money from Federal Reserves to private banks and credit unions across the nation. Each payment file is encrypted and transmitted securely, with banks receiving instructions to credit accounts once the funds are verified. This process is largely automated, which is why deposits can appear in accounts at any hour of the night or early morning. However, the journey from the Treasury to your bank account is not always instantaneous. Banks have different policies regarding when they release funds. Some institutions post deposits as soon as they receive the notification, often in the early hours like 2 or 3 in the morning. Others wait until business hours begin, around 8 or 9 in the morning. And in some cases, especially with smaller credit unions or online banks, deposits might not appear until later in the day. This variability is normal and does not indicate a problem with your payment. It is simply a reflection of how each financial institution manages its internal processing. If you are wondering why your payment might be different from what you anticipated, there are several factors to consider. Social Security benefits are subject to deductions for Medicare Part B premiums, which cover medical insurance. For many, this deduction is automatic and can change from year to year based on Medicare costs. Additionally, if you have chosen to have taxes withheld from your benefits, that will reduce your net payment. There are also adjustments for overpayments or underpayments from previous months, which can result in a slightly higher or lower deposit this time. To avoid surprises, it is advisable to review your Social Security statement regularly. This document outlines your benefits, deductions, and any changes that may affect your payment amount. For those who are struggling to make ends meet, even with timely payments, there are resources available. The Social Security Administration offers several programs aimed at providing extra support. The Extra Help Program, for instance, assists with prescription drug costs under Medicare Part D. Depending on your income and resources, you could save thousands of dollars annually on medications. Similarly, Medicare savings programs help pay for Medicare premiums, deductibles, and co-payments. These programs are administered by state Medicaid offices, so eligibility and benefits vary. Applying for these programs can be done through your local Social Security office or online, and taking advantage of them can significantly ease financial strain. Another avenue for relief is through voluntary tax withholding. If you find that owing taxes at the end of the year is a burden, you can complete Form W-4V, Voluntary Withholding Request, to have federal taxes deducted from your Social Security benefits. This can help spread the tax liability over 12 months, making it more manageable. Additionally, if you are a veteran, you may be eligible for benefits that complement your Social Security, such as VA pensions or disability compensation. Exploring all available benefits can ensure you are receiving the full support you are entitled to. In the event that your payment does not arrive when expected, do not panic. The first step is to check your My Social Security account online. This portal provides real-time information about your benefit status, payment history, and any alerts or messages from the Social Security Administration. If your account shows that a payment was issued but you have not received it, wait at least 3 business days before taking further action. Sometimes delays are due to banking processes beyond your control. If after 3 days the funds are still missing, contact your bank to inquire about pending deposits. If the bank has no record, then reach out to the Social Security Administration directly. Have your Social Security number and personal details ready to verify your identity. It is also important to safeguard yourself against fraud. Scammers often target seniors, especially around payment times, claiming to be from Social Security or the Treasury. Remember, legitimate government agencies will never call you demanding immediate payment or personal information over the phone. If you receive a suspicious call, hang up and report it to the Social Security Administration's fraud hotline. Protecting your personal information is crucial to preventing identity theft and ensuring your benefits remain secure. Looking ahead, the Social Security Administration is continuously working to improve its systems. In recent years, investments in technology and infrastructure have aimed to streamline payment processing and reduce errors. While no system is perfect, these efforts are intended to enhance reliability and timeliness. For beneficiaries, staying informed about schedule changes, especially around holidays, can help manage expectations. The Social Security Administration publishes a payment calendar each year, outlining all payment dates and any adjustments. Keeping a copy of this calendar handy can serve as a reference point throughout the year. Beyond the practicalities, it is essential to acknowledge the emotional toll that financial uncertainty can take. Seniors often feel isolated and vulnerable when payments are delayed. Building a support network of family, friends, or community organizations can provide not only practical assistance, but also emotional comfort. Local senior centers, religious groups, and nonprofit organizations often offer resources such as food pantries, utility assistance, and counseling services. Knowing that you are not alone in this journey can make a significant difference. In conclusion, tonight's payment batch is a step toward resolving the delays that have affected many this month. While it brings relief to some, it is a reminder of the ongoing challenges faced by those on fixed incomes. By taking proactive steps to manage your benefits, explore assistance programs, and stay connected to reliable information sources, you can navigate these challenges with greater confidence. Remember, you have worked hard for these benefits, and you deserve to receive them with dignity and peace of mind. As updates become available, they will be shared with clarity and compassion, ensuring you have the knowledge you need to plan and prepare. For now, rest assured that efforts are underway to deliver your payments, and tomorrow morning may bring the financial respite you have been waiting for.